Chapter 2743. Happy to stay standing on the great wall of the dark city, Sunny gazed at the starless sky. A vast black void loomed above the forgotten shore, endless in its dark eternity. Today, a beautiful demon raced the winds across the black void, basking in its endless lightlessness. Some time later, Revel landed on the parapet of the battlements near him. In her transcendent form, the dark dancer was like a demoness, sculpted out of pure darkness. Her height had increased to nearly 4 meters. Her raven hair seemed to have grown much longer, and 2 obsidian horns protruded from her head, curving slightly. 2 black leathery wings extended from her back, crowned with obsidian spikes. Looking at those deadly talons, Sunny could not help but shiver while remembering the sensation of them piercing Saint's flesh like it was paper. Revel inhaled with full chest, then exhaled slowly and turned the gaze of her tenebrous eyes to him. It's really true. She turned back to face the starless sky and sighed. A land without a sun. Remained silent for a few moments, then smiled faintly. Technically, there used to be a sun here, but Nephis killed it. Revel did not respond, so he looked at her and asked, "So, do you like it here?" She chuckled and remained silent. After a while, though, she did speak. "Like it?" "Yes. More than yes. Really, it feels like this place and I were meant to be. It's funny, isn't it? Sishan spent a decade trying to escape from here, but here I am, happy to stay." Revel looked down. Few of us orphans have come this far. Some perished in the first nightmare, some fell later on. And those who remain all bear their curses, their flaws. Sishan's flaw might be the heaviest, but mine is the cruelest, I think. She looked at him. "What about you, Lord of Shadows? How heavy is your flaw?" Sunny raised an eyebrow. Among the awakened, asking about one's flaw was considered to be extremely rude. But then again, after witnessing Revel in her natural habitat, he would have to be a fool to expect grace and decorum from her. He shrugged with a smile. "It definitely shaped my life in ways I did not expect. All of it felt terribly unfair back then, but now I think it was for the best." Sunny looked at the vast expanse of the forgotten shore stretching in front of him. Revel studied him for a few moments, then asked, "Do you like it here yourself?" Chapter 2742. Swallowed by shadows, Sunny's servants moved in the shadows of humanity unseen. The members of the Shadow Clan were spread out across both worlds, embedded into all layers of society. Theirs was usually a quiet kind of work, with high-intensity missions happening surgically after months of careful preparation. On a moonless night at the peak of summer, things were transpiring in the same manner. Only this time, it wasn't only 1 or 2 cohorts participating in the clandestine operation. Instead, the entire Shadow Clan had been mobilized in complete secrecy, with dozens of elite awakened teams, preparing to descend upon the adversary from the darkness. In Bastion, Quentin led his men to surround the Church of the Moon as the electric light of the street lamps flickered and died out, plunging the city into the embrace of shadows. Somewhere else, Rain and Tamar were preparing to assault the hidden base of a black market auction, accompanied by Ray and Fleur. In NQSC, Kim had donned her armor and led a cohort of awakened warriors to a fortified compound of a minor legacy clan. The street cameras conveniently falling victim to interference as they passed. June and his people had boarded the Night Garden only a few days before, and were now quietly making their way through its cavernous cargo holds. In Ravenheart, the members of the Shadow Clan shivered and looked back with terrified eyes, as a breathtakingly beautiful woman in dark leather armor walked between them with arrogant steps, torrents of darkness swirling around her like a terrifying storm. Their voices were full of awe. "It really is her, the Lightslayer. Princess Revel is with us. Gods. Leave it to Boss to con Dark Dancer herself into becoming one of his lieutenants." As expected of the Dark Lord, I guess, hearing the last one. Revel snarled quietly, and gave the man a menacing look, which made him pale and shudder with his whole body. Are you done gossiping, fools? If so, proceed to reinforce the other teams. I will handle the bridge operation alone. Somewhere else, an incarnation of Sunny and Aiko were standing in front of a vast table, with manifested shadows rising and falling on its surface, to show hundreds of small figures moving to surround thousands more. The Shadow Clan did not only possess the skill and strength of its elite warriors, of course. Its main power was the near omniscience of the Lord of Shadows, whose senses could spread across vast distances, unearthing hidden secrets and supplying his servants with a detailed knowledge of the enemy. They also wielded memories he had forged could travel between the worlds through 7 hidden dream gates, and were accompanied on their missions by the incarnations of their lord. Now, as well, 6 of Sunny's avatars were escorting those of the Shadow Clan members who had to assault the most dangerous of Asterion's sleeper cells. He could augment his people, if need be. He could also summon shades and shadows to help them, even if that would risk revealing hints of his existence to the outside world. So, Sunny hoped that he would not have to act personally today.